Okay, I've been trying to do this. My name's Tara, and I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, not an official person who shows out doctrine or whatever, but I do have access to the scriptures. I want to talk about what we as this church talk about. It's called the Word of Wisdom. I'm just going to read a few passages in here. Behold, verily thus saith the Lord unto you, in the consequences of evils and designs which do and will exist in the hearts of conspiring men in the last days, I have warned you and forewarn you by giving unto you a word of wisdom by revelation. So he's telling us there are people who are going to put products and things for our bodies, for if you ask me, for the purposes of earning money or getting wealthy. It's not a bad thing to be wealthy, but it's a bad thing to be. I think it's not a good thing to be really, really super greedy. If you're going to take care of people in your wealth, first take care of yourself, and then, be able to give to others too. But these people, they don't care about anybody. If you ask me, the hearts of conspiring men, they don't see and understand that may be wrong or not a good thing to do. Okay, here's a passage on wine. That inasmuch as any man drinketh wine or strong drink among you, behold, it is not good, neither meat in the sight of your Father, only in assembling yourselves together to offer up your sacraments before him. And behold, this should be wine, yea, pure wine of the grape of the vine of your own make. Jesus drank wine, but he didn't have unnatural preservatives or poisons or toxins inside the wine that he had, that was drank. So they were able to use it as their sacrament. And I don't know as if they had much in the way of refrigeration back in Jesus' day. Okay, now let's get to, and it says that it's for the washing of the body. Strong drinks are for the washing of the body, but not for the belly. If you've ever seen anybody drunk, they don't look like they look like they're gonna pass out, and they have a hard time getting up on their bed, and it affects them. And me, I've seen it when I was in the military, and I just feel kind of, my heart would go out to them. I just felt kind of sorry for them. And again, hot drinks are not for the body or the belly. Brigham Young came out in a conference and he said that it was coffee and tea. Now, I don't know why he said that. Some people, I heard from someone else that there are molds in some of these coffees and teas, and that could possibly make people sick. And again, tobacco is not for the body, neither for the belly, is not good for man, but is an herb for bruises, and also kettle to be used with judgment and skill. So that's what tobacco is for. And again, verily I say unto you, all wholesome herbs God hath ordained for the constitution, nature, and use of man. So, plants like, your vegetables, I would say that's vegetables, and also, your different spices like onions and peppers. It could be considered vegetables. And I like mint. Mint sometimes makes me feel kind of good. I think there are some plants that we have to be cautious with, though. Some that aren't good for our bodies. And if it makes you feel sick, or you don't want to eat it. You don't want to eat it, even if somebody tells you, "Hey, this is great." You don't want to eat something that makes you feel sick, do you? Anyway, let's go on. Every herb in the season thereof, and every fruit in the season thereof, all these things to be used with prudence and thanksgiving. So, prudence, it says right here, temperance. So, not to eat food in excess. Sometimes we just, especially with their sugar-coated candy stuff, cakes and sugars and stuff. There's stuff put into cereals and cookies that actually make it addicting, like high fructose corn syrup. When I was pregnant with one of my daughters, I would crave these Oreo cookies, and I would want more of them. Oreo cookies and milk, and I would want more of this stuff. It makes me wonder if they put stuff in milk too. Anyway, let's go on. We talked about herbs. And did I get off on a tangent? Okay, yea, flesh of the beast. It's okay for us to eat meat, but we're supposed to eat it sparingly. And it's pleasing unto me that they should not be used only in times of winter or cold or famine. So we can eat meat at other times too, but not excess of meat. We shouldn't be eating excess of anything. All grain is ordained for the use of man and of beasts, to be the staff of life, not only for man, but for the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven, and all wild animals that run or creep on the earth. So animals can eat grains too. So that's something on there. Okay. And these hath God made for the use of men only in times of famine and excess of hunger. So apparently it almost sounds like he's, that I think they're referring to the grain. I'm kind of confused with this. I think they are, because I think of it, the meat and the grain. Maybe the grain. Yeah, the grain. They feed the hungry people the oatmeal, so that a little bit of that, so it doesn't make them too sick. Maybe in the beginning people need to eat grain first before they eat other stuff. All grain is good for food of man, and also fruit of the vine, that which yield the fruit within the ground or above the ground. So maybe that's saying fruits and vegetables. Maybe herbs are more like spices, and fruit is like fruit and veggies to eat. And man, I think we've put stuff in our fruits and veggies to make it look appealing so people can eat, and it's hard, because it's easier to keep veggies in a freezer. So if I were to have an alternative so that I didn't have to go to the store so much, I think that frozen would be better than canned food, in my opinion. I'm not that great at doing this stuff, but there's some stuff I've been able to avoid, at least, and some stuff I haven't avoided. So I'm not perfect, but some things I'm good at and some things I'm not. And all the saints that remember and do these things, walking in obedience to the commandments, shall receive health in their navel and marrow in their bones, and shall find wisdom and great treasures of knowledge, even hidden treasures. And shall run and not be weary, and shall walk and not faint. So have you ever noticed that when you eat in excess of food, you get really sleepy? That's faint. That's what faint means. When you eat too much, it makes people tired. And sometimes they don't feel very good either when they eat a lot of food. You know? And, you know, and the brains work better when we nurture our bodies, and our strength returns and energy. There's a lot of food that's been, you know, processed, and if we could just take the natural processes of growing foods and have the bugs that eat other bugs, you know, with there, and use that as our pesticide, the bugs that eat other bugs. You know, it's hard to discern what to know what bugs would make other bugs take from the plants. And, you know, what do we put on our plants so that they'll grow productively, you know? And sometimes we don't think when we put fertilizers or pesticides on our thing, and some of these things are still around. I was just working at Walmart and I saw Roundup. They still have Roundup. And I hear that there's glyphosate. And there's something about glyphosate that is not good for the body either. You know, the information's available. It can be found on Google. And I appreciate people who bring to light what's going on in today's society, you know? And, you know, it's nice. But you know, they may have hidden motives too. I don't know. I wouldn't wish for them to do that. I would like for them to feel great, but, you know, yeah. Okay. That's all I gotta say. And this is portions of Doctrine and Covenants, section 89. It's called the Word of Wisdom. Check it out. I'm sure there's other food beliefs within different religious faiths, and it might be interesting to check out. Yeah.